The nature of warfare is undergoing a profound transformation. No longer defined by the clash of massive armies along well-delineated front lines, modern conflict is waged with stealth, speed, and relentless innovation. Today's battlefields are shaped as much by algorithms and microchips as by soldiers and artillery. Small, nearly silent drones now circle above, scanning for targets and striking with little warning. In Ukraine, for example, swarms of loitering munitions-so-called kamikaze drones patrol the skies day and night, seeking out vulnerabilities and disrupting military operations with chilling efficiency. Meanwhile, in places like Gaza, artificial intelligence is reportedly being used to identify, track, and even recommend the elimination of targets, shrinking the window between detection and destruction to mere moments. This technological leap is not confined to one region. In the South China Sea, China has begun fielding advanced surveillance UAVs, such as the WZ-9, capable of soaring to 25,000 meters and observing areas up to 500 kilometers away. These drones are deployed alongside swarming tactics and gray zone operations, blurring the lines between peace and conflict. The construction of artificial islands and military runways, like the 3,000-meter airstrip on Nam Yet Island, further underscores a new era where dominance is asserted not just by presence, but by persistent, automated intelligence. Yet, not every nation can, or chooses to, compete by building fleets of robots and autonomous weapons. Vietnam, for instance, has charted a different course. Rather than pouring resources into mass-producing suicide drones or robotic combatants, Vietnam has drawn on its rich history of guerrilla warfare and its mastery of diverse terrain. The country's strategy is rooted in adaptation, leveraging both ingenuity and geography to counter the rise of autonomous threats. Key to Vietnam's approach is the development of counter-technology. Specialized electronic warfare units are tasked with creating zones of signal denial, areas where GPS is jammed, command signals are disrupted, and radar returns are manipulated. By scrambling the digital senses that drones rely upon, these units can cause enemy UAVs to veer off course, crash, or simply become blind and deaf. The goal is to make hostile machines fall from the sky like dry leaves without firing a single shot. Vietnam's scientists and engineers have also identified the Achilles' heel of robotic warfare: its dependence on sensors. Modern autonomous systems rely on a complex web of GPS, remote commands, radar, and visual feeds to operate. By spoofing GPS, distorting navigation cues, or flooding radar with false echoes, even the most sophisticated drones can become disoriented or rendered useless. Unlike human soldiers, machines cannot rely on instinct. In environments filled with decoy radars, high-frequency noise, or artificial heat signatures, they struggle to distinguish real targets from illusions. Vietnamese military research institutes, such as those under Viettel, are quietly crafting signal traps, zones where machines are systematically confused, their circuits overloaded, and their objectives lost. Natural terrain further amplifies Vietnam's defense. The Northwest's dense forests, steep mountains, and persistent fog disrupt even the most advanced sensors. Infrared, LiDAR, and radar become unreliable. Four-legged robots may slip, stall, or become mired in mud and slick slopes. In the Central Highlands, the unpredictable basalt earth, cracks, and hidden streams provide ideal ground for physical traps, vibration pits, and heat decoys. And in Vietnam's labyrinthine cities, the maze of alleys and unplanned passages poses a nightmare for low-flying drones and robots, while local knowledge turns every corner into a potential ambush. Beyond its borders, Vietnam remains vigilant amid regional tensions. Should conflict erupt between neighbors, such as a hypothetical Thai incursion into Cambodia, Vietnam's response would be measured and multi-layered. Initial steps would include reinforcing border security and establishing flexible buffer zones. Humanitarian support, medical aid, food, and shelter would be extended to uphold both international reputation and regional influence. Only if broader instability threatened would Vietnam consider mediation or intervention, always with an eye towards safeguarding its sovereignty and regional balance. In this new era of automated warfare, Technology alone does not guarantee victory. It is human intelligence, adaptability, and restraint that ultimately determine a nation's survival and stability. For Vietnam, the path forward lies in turning the strengths of its land, its people, and its history into a living shield, one that confounds machines and preserves peace amid the relentless march of innovation.